Hello dear students, welcome to CET NEET J class on the chapter Units and Measurements. Already we have completed one lecture on this, and this is second lecture, and here we will be solving some important questions, and these questions have appeared in one or the other examination, and here even I have taken some questions from recent NEET exams and JEE exam. Now let us see these questions one by one. Question number 1. Which of the following is smallest unit? Options are option A millimeter, option B Armstrong, option C Fermi, option D meter. Okay, if you know the answer, you can directly choose the right option, or else I will go by this method. First I will give the solution so that it will be easy way to choose the right option. Okay, I am going to express all these options in meter. 1 millimeter is equal to 10 to the power of minus 3 meter. 1 Armstrong equal to 10 to the power of minus 10 meter. 1 Fermi equal to 10 to the power of minus 15 meter. And 1 meter is equal to 1 meter. Okay, out of these four values, which one is smallest one? 10 to the power of minus 15 is smallest one. 10 to the power of minus 15 meter is smallest one. Hence, the smallest unit is Fermi. Therefore, option C is correct one. Question number 2. Candela is the unit of option A electric intensity, option B luminous intensity, option C sound intensity, option D none of this. Okay, it's a direct question. The answer for this is candela is the SI unit of or unit of luminous intensity. Okay, luminous intensity is the fundamental quantity and its SI unit is candela. Therefore, option B is correct one. Now, question is, what is the unit of electric intensity and sound intensity? Okay, the unit of electric intensity is volt per meter and unit of sound intensity is decibel. Now let us move to question number 3. Unit of impulse is, okay, even it's a simple one. The options are Newton, kg meter per second, joule. Okay, if you know the answer, you can directly answer the question, or else I will go by mathematical relation. Okay, impulse is equal to force into time. That means we define impulse in terms of force and time. Okay, it is large force acting in a short interval of time. Okay, write the SI unit of force and SI unit of time. SI unit of force is kg meters per second square into second. Then we get kg meter per second, and this I can write it as kg meter per second in this form. Okay, this result is matching with option C. Hence, option C is right answer. Question number 4. The unit of angular momentum are option A kg meter per second square, option B joule into second, option C joule per second, option D kg meter second square. Okay, here the options are given in different way. Therefore, we have to go with mathematical relation, that is angular momentum is equal to m into v into r, where m is mass, v is velocity and r is radius. Now substitute the unit of mass, velocity and radius. We get kg into meter per second into meter. Further, we can write it as kg meter square per second. Okay, this value is not matching with any given option. Okay, that means we have to modify this. For this, what I am going to do, I am going to multiply and divide by Yes, and we can write this one as kg meter square per second square into seconds. See, if I take this s2 numerator, it becomes second per second into s to the power of minus 1 into s to the power of minus 1 will become s to the power of minus 2. Okay, this equation or this unit I can write as in this form. Okay, as you know that this will represent unit of energy or work done. Okay, what is the SI unit of energy or work done? It is joule. Therefore, if I represent kg meter square per second square is equal to joule, then if I replace this by joule, I get joule into second. Therefore, this answer is matching with option B. Option B is the right answer. The unit of angular momentum is joule second. That means it is another unit of angular momentum. Let us move to question number 5. If L and R are respectively the inductance and resistance, then the dimensions of L by R will be option A, m to the power of 0, L to the power of 0, t to the power of minus 1, a to the power of 0, B, m to the power of 0, L to the power of 1, t to the power of 0, a to the power of 0, C, m to the power of 0, L to the power of 0, t to the power of 1, a to the power of 0, D, none of this. Okay, these two terms we will be studying in second PUC, and here I will be giving only expressions, and with the help of those expressions we will be writing dimensional formula for both resistance and inductance. Inductance is equal to E into dt by di, that is equal to W divided by Q into dt by di. KMF is given in terms of work done and charge, and now substitute the dimensional formula of work done, charge, time and current. We get m to the power of 1, L to the power of 2, t to the power of minus 2 is the dimensional formula for work. Dimensional formula for charge is A into T, and dimensional formula for time is T, and dimensional formula for current is A. Okay, after simplifying this, we can write it as m to the power of 1, L to the power of 2, t to the power of minus 2, a to the power of minus 2. Okay, this is the dimensional formula for inductance. Now resistance is equal to V divided by I, that is equal to W divided by Q into 1 divided by I. That means I am expressing voltage in terms of work done and charge. Okay, all this you will be coming to know when you study second PUC. Okay, now substituting the dimensional formula of work done, charge and current, we get m to the power of 1, L to the power of 2, t to the power of minus 2 divided by a into t into 1 divided by a. That is equal to m to the power of 1, L to the power of 2, t to the power of minus 3, a to the power of minus 2. Now take the ratio of L by R, we get L by R is equal to m to the power of 1, L to the power of 2, t to the power of minus 2, a to the power of minus 2 divided by m to the power of 1, L to the power of 2, t to the power of minus 3, a to the power of minus 2. Okay, in the numerator and denominator we have m and m will get cancelled. Similarly, L square and L square will get cancelled. A square, a to the power of minus 2 and a to the power of minus 2 will get cancelled, and in the numerator we have t to the power of minus 2 and in the denominator we have t to the power of minus 3. If you take this one to numerator, it becomes t to the power of plus 3. Okay, t to the power of plus 3 minus 2 will be t to the power of plus 1. Therefore, m to the power of 0, L to the power of 0, t to the power of 1, a to the power of 0 is the dimensions of L divided by R. Okay, this value is matching with option C. Hence, option C is the right answer. Next, question number 6. Dimensions of Planck's constant are option A, m to the power of 1, L to the power of 2, t to the power of minus 1. Option B, m to the power of 1, L to the power of 3, T to the power of minus 1. Option C, m to the power of 1, L to the power of minus 2, T to the power of minus 1. Option D, m to the power of 0, L to the power of minus 1, T to the power of minus 3. Okay, now we have to write or we have to choose which of the following option represents dimensions of Planck's constant or dimensional formula of Planck's constant. Sometimes we will be knowing the direct answer. In that case, you can choose the right option directly, or else we have to go by formula method, that is energy is equal to h nu. We know that energy is equal to h nu, where h is Planck's constant and nu is frequency. Okay, rearranging the terms, we can write it as h equal to E divided by nu. Now substitute the dimensional formula of energy and frequency. We get m to the power of 1, L to the power of 2, T to the power of minus 2 divided by T to the power of minus 1. Okay, if this T to the power of minus 1 is taken to numerator, then power becomes positive, and after simplification we get m to the power of 1, L to the power of 2, T to the power of minus 1. Okay, this dimension is matching with option A, hence option A is right answer. Now let us move to question number 7. The dimensions of torque are, okay, torque is nothing but coupling. The dimensions are given like this: m to the power of 1, L to the power of 0, T to the power of minus 2. Option B, m to the power of 1, L to the power of 1, T to the power of 2. Option C, m to the power of 1, L to the power of 1, T to the power of minus 1. Option D, m to the power of 1, T to the power of 2, L to the power of 2 and T to the power of minus 2. Okay, now let me write the mathematical relation for torque. That is, torque is equal to force into distance. And substitute the dimensional formula of force and distance, we get m to the power of 1, L to the power of 1, T to the power of minus 2 into L. That is equal to m to the power of 1, L to the power of 2, T to the power of minus 2. Okay, this is the dimensional formula for torque, and this is matching with which option? Option D, hence option D is right answer. Question number 8. Okay, these questions are important from the point of JEE examination. Okay, we had one question on this type in JEE 2019, and let us see what is the question. If energy E, velocity V and force F are taken as fundamental quantities, then what are the dimensions of mass? See, suppose if we take energy, velocity and force as a fundamental quantity, question is, how do you represent mass in terms of energy, velocity and force? The options are option A, e to the power of 1, v to the power of 2. Option B, e to the power of 1, v to the power of minus 2. Option C, f to the power of 1, v to the power of 2. Option D, f to the power of 1, v to the power of minus 1. Okay, for this I am going to apply homogeneity principle. Okay, I will write general equation for this. We don't know how these quantities are related with mass. I write general equation, that is m equal to e to the power of a, v to the power of b, f to the power of c. Here a, b and c are dimensions. A is dimension of energy, b is dimension of velocity and f is dimension of force. The dimensions of mass, energy, velocity and force are given by dimension of mass is m, dimension of velocity is L t to the power of minus 1, dimension of force is m L T to the power of minus 2. Dimension of E is m L square T to the power of minus 2. Substitute all this in this equation. We get m to the power of 1, L to the power of 0, T to the power of 0 is equal to m to the power of 1, L to the power of 2, T to the power of minus 2 whole to the power of a into L to the power of 1, T to the power of minus 1 whole to the power of b into m to the power of 1, L to the power of 1, T to the power of minus 2 whole to the power of c. Now what I am going to do, I am going to take these dimensions a, b, c inside the bracket. We get m to the power of a, L to the power of 2a, T to the power of minus 2a into L to the power of b, T to the power of minus b into m to the power of c, L to the power of c, T to the power of minus 2c. Further simplifying, we get, see here m term is in this quantity and third quantity. Therefore, dimension of m is m to the power of a plus c. And L is present in all three quantities, hence dimension of L is 2a plus b plus c. Even T is present in all three quantities, hence dimension of T is minus 2a minus b minus c. Now, the dimensions of left hand side must be equal to dimensions of right hand side by homogeneity principle. Then only these two can be balanced. By comparing dimensions on LHS and RHS, we get on LHS dimension of mass is 1 and dimension of mass on RHS is a plus c, hence a plus c is equal to 1. See here, dimension of mass on left hand side is 1, dimension of mass on right hand side is a plus c. Therefore, a plus c is equal to 1. Similarly, dimensions of L on left hand side it is 0, on right hand side it is 2a plus b plus c. Therefore, 2a plus b plus c is equal to 0. Similarly, dimensions of T on left hand side is 0, on right hand side it is minus 2a minus b minus c. Therefore, minus 2a minus b minus c is equal to 0. Now I am going to express this equation in terms of b. We get b is equal to minus 2a minus c. Now substitute this in this equation. We will get 2a minus 2a minus 2c plus c is equal to 0. See, when you substitute b is equal to minus 2a minus b in this equation, we get this equation. Here 2a and 2a will get cancelled. Minus 2c plus c is equal to minus c. Minus c is equal to 0. That is nothing but c is equal to 0. Here c is equal to 0. Now put this value in this equation. We get a plus 0 is equal to 1, that is equal to 1. A is equal to 1. That means the value of a is equal to 1. Now substituting the value of a and c in this equation, we get minus 2a minus 2 into 1 minus of 2 into 0 is equal to minus 2. Therefore, the value of b is equal to minus 2. Now put all these values, value of a, b and c in this equation. We get m equal to e to the power of 1, v to the power of minus 2, f to the power of 0. Okay, anything power 0 is equal to 1. Therefore, finally m is equal to e to the power of 1, v to the power of minus 2. Therefore, this result is matching with option B. Option B is the right answer. The dimensions of mass is e to the power of 1, v to the power of minus 2. Is that clear? Okay, this type of questions are very important one from the point of JEE examination. Okay, now I will go with question number 9. Which of the following combination has the dimension of electrical resistance? Epsilon naught is the permittivity of vacuum, mu naught is the permeability of vacuum. Okay, this is called as epsilon naught and this we read it as mu naught. And these terms we will be studying in electrostatics and magnetism in second PUC. The options are option A square root of mu naught divided by epsilon naught, option B mu naught divided by epsilon naught, option C square root of mu epsilon naught divided by mu naught, option D epsilon naught divided by mu naught. Now first let us write dimensions of all these quantities. Okay, dimension, before that we can relate resistance in terms of epsilon naught and mu naught by this equation, that is R equal to epsilon naught to the power of A mu naught to the power of B. Now dimensions of all these quantities are given by R equal to m to the power of 1, L to the power of 2, T to the power of minus 3, A to the power of minus 2. Epsilon naught is equal to m to the power of minus 1, L to the power of minus 3, T to the power of 4, A to the power of 2. Mu naught is equal to m to the power of 1, L to the power of 1, T to the power of minus 2, A to the power of minus 2. Now substituting these dimensional formulas in this equation, we get m to the power of 1, L to the power of 2, T to the power of minus 3, A to the power of minus 2 is equal to m to the power of minus 1, L to the power of minus 3, T to the power of 4, A to the power of 2 whole to the power of A into m to the power of 1, L to the power of 1, T to the power of minus 2, A to the power of minus 2 whole to the power of B. Okay, after simplifying, we get on right hand side as m to the power of minus A plus B, L to the power of minus 3A plus B, T to the power of 4A minus 2B, A to the power of 2A minus 2B. Okay, now comparing dimensions on left hand side and right hand side, we can write it as minus A plus B equal to 1, let this equation be 2. Minus 3A plus B is equal to 2. This equation I call it as 3. Minus 4A minus 2B equal to minus 3. Let this equation be 4. Minus 2A minus B is equal to minus 2. Let this equation be 5. Now using these equations, we are going to find the value of A and B. Now subtract equation 3 from equation 2. We get minus A plus B minus of minus 3A plus B is equal to 1 minus 2. Okay, on right hand side 1 minus 2 we get minus 1, and here minus of minus 3A will be plus 3A, minus A plus 3A will be 2A, and here B and minus B will get cancelled, and we get 2A is equal to minus 1 or A is equal to minus 1 by 2. Okay, if A is equal to minus 1 by 2, then from equation number 2, B is equal to 1 by 2. Now substituting these values in equation number 1, we get R is equal to epsilon naught to the power of minus 1 by 2, mu naught to the power of 1 by 2. As you know that the power 1 by 2 represents square root, and finally we can write this one as R equal to square root of mu naught divided by epsilon naught. Okay, this relation is matching with which option? Option A. Hence option A is correct option. Therefore, the dimension of electrical resistance is square root of mu naught by epsilon naught. Now let us move to question number 10. In form of G, H and C, where G is universal gravitational constant, H is Planck's constant, and C is speed of light. The time period will be proportional to. Question is, we have to write time period in terms of G, H and C. The options are option A square root of G into H divided by C to the power of 5. Option B square root of G into H divided by C to the power of 3. Option C square root of H C to the power of 5 divided by G. Option D square root of C to the power of 3 divided by G into H. Okay, again we have to follow the same method as we have solved in upper two equations, in equation number 8 and 9. Here I will go a little bit fast. First give the relation for time period in terms of G, H and C. Okay, instead of C I am writing V. Okay, in general I am writing in terms of dimension, that is T is equal to G to the power of A, H to the power of B and V to the power of C. Here A, B and C are the dimensions of universal gravitational constant, Planck's constant and velocity of light. Dimensions of these four quantities are given as dimension of time is T, dimension of G is m to the power of minus 1, L to the power of 3, T to the power of minus 2. Dimension of Planck's constant is m to the power of 1, L to the power of 2, T to the power of minus 1. Dimension of velocity is L to the power of 1, T to the power of minus 1. Substituting these dimensions in this equation, we get m to the power of 0, L to the power of 0, T to the power of 0 is equal to m to the power of minus 1, L to the power of 3, T to the power of minus 2 whole to the power of A into m to the power of 1, L to the power of 2, T to the power of minus 1 whole to the power of B into L to the power of 1, T to the power of minus 1 whole to the power of C. Further simplification, we get this equation m to the power of 0, L to the power of 0, T to the power of 1 is equal to m to the power of minus A plus B, L to the power of 3A plus 2B plus C, T to the power of minus 2A minus B minus C. Now compare dimensions on both sides. We get minus A plus B equal to 0, that is A is equal to B. Here dimensions of L, 3A plus 2B plus C is equal to 0. Now put the value of A is equal to B. I am going to substitute A in terms of B. We get this equation. Now dimensions of T, minus 2A minus B minus C is equal to 1. Again replace A by B, we get this equation, that is minus 2B minus B minus C is equal to 1. Further simplification, okay, I am going to express this as minus 2B minus B minus C is equal to 1, minus 2B minus B is minus 3B minus C is equal to 1. I am going to multiply by negative sign on both sides. We get 3B plus C is equal to minus 1. Now I am going to substitute this value in this equation. We get, say in place of 3B plus C, I am going to put minus 1. Therefore, 2B minus 1 is equal to 0. Finally, by rearranging this, we get B is equal to 1 by 2. B is equal to 1 by 2. Now I am going to substitute this in this equation. We get 3 divided by 2 plus C is equal to 1 by 2. Taking 3 by 2 to the other side, C is equal to minus 1 minus 3 by 2, that is equal to minus 5 divided by 2. Now we got B and C, and here we have A equal to B. Therefore, A is equal to 1 by 2. Okay, now we got the dimensions, values of dimension of A, B and C. Putting all these values in this equation, we get T is equal to G to the power of 1 by 2, H to the power of 1 by 2, V to the power of minus 5 divided by 2. And further we can write this one as T is equal to Square root of g into h divided by c to the power of 5. See, in the last equation I have replaced again v by c. Therefore, this relation will match with option A. Hence, option A is right answer. Thank you, students, and we'll be solving some more questions on this chapter in the next lecture.